how are you? I wanted to welcome you back to my channel. It's your girl Lee of iknowlee, and if this is your very first time on my channel, I do videos typically centered around natural hair, beauty. I will also throw in a bit of travel, vlogs, and styling videos. I am also a sneakerhead, so you know, if that's your thing, you might like this channel, and if so, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button because I do have weekly uploads. But in today's video, we are going to do a very sleek ponytail on type 4 natural hair. Now, if you've seen any one of my videos, you know that my hair is extremely thick and it is extremely kinky. So I'm going to break down every single step on how to get this look. And I'm super excited because I tried this method twice prior to filming this video. The first time it didn't go that well, and then the second time it went perfectly. So I know that the results that we're going to get today are going to be amazing because I've perfected it each and every time. Now, before we get started, because I already said that my hair is type 4 natural hair, and you're like, sis, your hair is straight. It is, okay? I know, my hair at this point has been flat ironed. So before you just leave, bear with me. I actually did a full-on flat iron tutorial on type 4 natural hair that I'm doing right before this video, and I just didn't want to include both. One, because the style is a lot different in that video, and then two, because the video is going to be too long, like it's about to be right now, because I have to get this information out here. And you can find that video linked below and also in the card. So here's kind of what my hair is looking like at the moment, and we are going to transition this into a beautiful sleek ponytail. So before we start, let me go ahead and go through every single item that you may or may not need for this particular tutorial. Grab it, get it together so that we can go ahead and get started by doing it together. You're definitely going to need a brush. This probably has pretty hard bristles, but you can choose a softer option if your hair is finer. Mine isn't, so I'm gonna go with something that is fairly stiff. I also have a rat tail comb. A rat tail just means that the end of it is extremely pointed and the teeth are fairly small. I have good old Murray's beeswax. Lastly, some edge control. My favorite edge control is Style Factor. This retails for about $8. And the Mael Ginger and Honey edge control also works really well because it's like this waxier texture and it's not very shiny, and so I love that about this one. Now lastly, for the actual ponytail, you have multiple options, but I chose the cheapest and the quickest option because the other two times prior to this I chose loose hair and did the wrapping method. It took longer and it was more expensive, so this time I just purchased a drawstring ponytail. This ponytail was literally 12 bucks. So with all of that being said, I think that we can get started. No got to be, okay, in this video, none whatsoever. Using the rat tail comb, I'm starting in the back and I'm going to create a section just straight across. This part does not have to be straight. So you have this hair, and I'm simply going to use some beeswax on the top and the bottom portion of the hair. About this much product, not a lot. I'm gonna melt it down in my hands, and it gets kind of sticky and it's fairly waxy. And we're gonna apply it to the top and bottom of that section. And the reason being is it's really going to mold the hair. Now for the back especially, I'm gonna go ahead and use a bit of Style Factor edge control around the edges. And again, I'm not using a lot, and I am going to work this into the center of my hand and smooth it around the back perimeter of my hair. So far this is what we have, a very smooth base that's literally moisturized. And we're gonna keep doing this process throughout the hair in smaller sections. So I'm literally going to apply the wax everywhere, and that's gonna really help it slick down. And after you apply it to the top and bottom of that next section, take a comb and kind of gently, and when I mean gently, I literally mean take your time, comb through it. You want it to be smooth and structured, but not super thick, and I think that gel and got-to-be glue tends to make your hair hard, crunchy, unmanageable, and this won't. Now with the brush, I did 2 sections in the back. I'm gonna go ahead and start to smooth that and create the ponytail. So the base of my ponytail, this is exactly where the ponytail is going to sit on my head. You can choose to go low, high, it doesn't matter. I am going to use a rubber band for this portion of the ponytail. Keep in mind that this is in no way, form, or fashion tight. We're going to continue by doing another section. Now if your hair is shorter than mine, then do the exact same thing that I'm doing, but do it in smaller sections. Your hair does not have to be actually long enough to go into a ponytail, because in the front of my hair it's not long enough to go all of the way back. So don't let like length essentially deter you from giving this style a try, because it's achievable. Taking some more Murray's wax, gonna melt it down in my hand, and this time you can see it a little bit more. And then I'm gonna apply it to that next section. I'm literally gonna smooth it through a little bit with the comb. Then I'm going to brush it in and then secure it with another rubber band. Now for the front, you can decide where you want your part to lay. I am gonna do a side part. Now that I have the part, take a bit of edge control on the comb and just kind of smooth it on the part, just so that the hair doesn't like fly away or mess up the part as you're working on the rest of it. So this I'm gonna pin out of the way, and we'll work on this side first. So we have this side. It's going to be so easy because it's not that much hair. So I'm splitting this into just 2 sections, just making it really simple. And I'm gonna apply some beeswax first. And this time in the front, I'm gonna actually take the beeswax to the ends, because all of my hair in the front does not stretch all the way around. So I really have to make sure that I kind of weigh this area down so that it is very, very sleek. And I am gonna leave this little area out that I had out earlier. Comb through it, get it nice and smooth, and really just kind of slick it down. Take a tiny bit of edge control, just literally on the edges, and then smooth that in. You can kind of go in and create baby hairs, or you can just wait till you're done and do it. Either way, it works. And then once again, once it's nice and smooth, the rubber band. We're on the 3rd rubber band. You can do it with scrunchies or hair ties or whatever you want to call them, but I do find that they get a little bit too tight for my liking. So it's honestly just based on your comfort level. I feel like the rubber bands are safer and don't apply as much pressure to your hair. So we're literally like 70% done. All we have to really do is work on this side, and we're gonna essentially do the same thing. I'll speed through this part and then come back and slow it down once we make it to the very top. I'm literally on the last piece, and I am about 4 rubber bands in. I think I either used 4 or 5. So I'm still repeating that same process. I'm gonna use the beeswax. As you can tell, it's kind of lifting a bit right here, and it's because I need to rubber band it. Really smooth that in. The hair needs to be heavy in order for it to like really lay down. That's what the beeswax is essentially doing. Now I'm gonna put a little bit of actual Style Factor edge control kind of like all around this area, and a little bit on the ends, because again the hair isn't really long enough to fully go in the ponytail. A few strands will stretch, but not all of my hair. This time I'm literally just smoothing it out with the comb, especially at the top of my head. It kind of needs to be molded before you rubber band it. If you just want to use one scrunchie, make it the last one that you use. So legit, sis. We have a sleek ponytail, but we're not done yet. But honey, she's sleek. I did forget to mention one thing that is literally my secret weapon in any sleek styles. And it's these like black wraps. Any beauty supply, they're about $4. We're gonna tie these on while we're attaching the ponytail. This is really gonna help the hair just like set into place. So for my ponytail, I'm literally just gonna take a rubber band and tie it around it so that the hair is together, almost like I'm banding it, just like this. That also makes a good base if you're gonna wrap loose hair and use bobby pins. This is the perfect method. So we have our ponytail right here. Any ponytail you can find, guys, that you like is gonna work. So here's what the ponytail looks like. It's literally kind of like this deep wave ponytail that I am gonna fluff out. It has 2 clips in it for the top and the bottom, and then this drawstring. So I'm just gonna kind of stuff my hair in it and clip it. Top clip is in. I'm stuffing in the bottom and kind of like tucking it behind the clip. And then I am going to pull this drawstring as tight as I possibly can. Alright. Now I'm gonna take the rest of this like stringy portion and just wrap it around the ponytail. I'm not gonna make it super tight because I don't plan on keeping this in for any longer than like a day or two. And then the extra, I'm just gonna pin it at the back. Now we're gonna take a portion of the ponytail, about this much hair, right? I'm gonna just comb through it, make sure it's smooth. And I'm also gonna put a bit of wax on this portion. This is a nice size. So that wax is gonna really mold the hair and make it kind of stiff. Then I'm literally just gonna smooth it around the base to cover it up. You can see I'm combing it out because I want it to be as smooth as possible. I find curly hair to be a lot easier because you have a bit more room for mistake. And then once you get to the end, pin it. Now for this hair, we're just gonna comb through it, give it a little bit of like volume and kind of like messiness so that it doesn't look like a synthetic ponytail, even though it is. Y'all ready? Okay guys, so that is literally it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial and found it like pretty easy to follow. I'm telling you, this is going to get you the slickest, like non-hard, crunchy, stiff, drying ponytail. This is not going to give you that. You're going to get that hold, that sleek look, but your hair is still going to be moisturized. It's still going to be soft to the touch, so it looks a bit more natural. I didn't even do baby hairs because I kind of feel like what's the need? And these hairs on the side, they are going to curl up. I did just kind of wet them, but they're taking a little bit longer because of the wax, which is perfectly fine. But they are going to create like some cute little curls, and it's the look. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions, please let me know in the description bar below. Also, drop any video ideas that you would like for me to do down in the comments below. I would love to do them. You guys know that I absolutely love kind of experimenting and trying new things and bringing you guys all of the new and latest techniques for your natural hair. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.